Well, if you live in Toronto, you may have seen a giant kangaroo with bloodshot eyes and a massive joint on October 17th, the day cannabis was legalized. Well, you may have done a double take. It wasn't Polkaroo, it was Tokaroo. The character is a pot-themed parody of the popular Canadian children's character Polkaroo from Polka Dot Door. Joining me now from our Toronto studio is the man behind Tokaroo, Mark Scott. Good morning, Mark. You performed as Polkaroo for 22 years during promotional events.
Yes, Marcy, I did.
Why did you want to turn Polkaroo into Tokaroo?
Well, I've made the can-do roos. There is Tokaroo, there is Rainbow Roo to talk about LGBTQ issues. There is Signaroo, who is deaf, and we'll talk about signing and signals. And Ready Roo is special needs. He's ready, willing, and able. These are the can-do roos. They have the can-do attitude, and they are not for children. They're for the adolescent group, the 8 to 30-year-olds, preteen, talk about the sex education issue, using drugs responsibly, because really we should decriminalize all drug use and deal with the issue as a problem and not a criminal behavior. And
so
Tokaroo
is in favor of legalization of marijuana?
Very much so. I do have a background in life coaching and drug counseling, and I think that cannabis is a harm reduction even for the methadone users, which is really our government's use or method of keeping people on a drug when they used to be on heroin. And so that's government supplying a drug that keeps them addicted. I think that if people use cannabis, they can get off the drugs and they can take responsibility for their own harm reduction, for their own pain management, and actually kids are using it. They're using the CBDs. Dogs are using it. And
but Mark, you know, people aren't going to like this. They're going to see a wired or fried-looking, red-eyed Tokaroo and think that you're promoting drug use in children.
Well, and Joe the Camel was the guy that promoted smoking. I'm actually talking about using drugs responsibly, and cannabis is probably the best thing that Canada has done for its culture. Tobacco and alcohol are problems. We have safe injection sites. That's a contradiction in terms. And then we have fentanyl, which is this mysterious elephant tranquilizer or something. These things are real issues. And then there's transgender issues. There is acknowledging deaf issues. There are acknowledging special needs issues. I'm bringing a group of characters to internet programming so that you'll key in a specific word if you want to teach your 8 to 30-year-old about something, because they're coming to terms with it themselves. And drugs is an issue. So we need to come to terms. We go to the playground, we either go on the slide, the swings, or the merry-go-round. We want to get high. Okay. So now as adults, we need to get high responsibly.
I've got about 30 seconds left. We're going to show that picture of Polkaroo versus Tokaroo, and I understand the people behind the other Polkaroo, they're not happy with you.
No, and it's not the look of the costume, it's what they think that I represent. And by the way, what did Polkaroo represent?
I can't remember.
He didn't. He didn't represent.
Oh. Okay.
He was a goodwill ambassador.
There you go.
Yeah, I was just there skipping along, going,
I don't even remember Polkaroo making any sounds. But...
No, he insinuated, or he or she, because again, Polkaroo had a pouch, so that means Polkaroo was female. There's a lot of contradiction in this character.
Gender neutral.
Yes, and they never did talk about that, though, right? And I'm willing to have those conversations.
Well, it's very interesting. Mark Scott, we appreciate you being with us and sitting there in that hot
Thank you so very much.
Costume, and all the best to you. And
I used to do this for the Miracle Network telethon for CTV for 15 years when you had a telethon.
Okay.
And I loved it too.
Well, all the best to you and your alias, Tokaroo.
Thank you.
We'll be back with the day's top